Hello, fine folks, and welcome to Booghy Plays. My first ever Q&A in the English language. This is going to be interesting. Q&A, or maybe a bit of a I'm going to try to do a summary at the end of every month. I'm going to try to do a summary of the games I've played. What are my what do I think of the month itself, and then talk a bit with people who come by. Phew! Radu, are you there? Are you out of the closet? He wrote there in Romanian. We have a joke here that Radu is always in the closet, hiding in the closet because, well, his wife doesn't let him come out and play. So I hope you're there, sir. So, welcome. First of all, this is kind of a new thing for me. Like, I was counting on you to be here. It probably until I don't know. Some people will see how these go. It will have some. It will take time to get traction, but I needed to start these. So it's a beginning. I needed to do these. Here I have a game which I am playing these days, and So I will do the first thing which I will do is a summary of this month. And this month I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 plus 3. There are 14 streams. And there are 2 streams which I did on the Romanian channel, which were a stream for Ark Nova and Everdell, 2 games which are recently localized by some Romanian localizers. And I've also played these. I have played these games, and I have done 9 streams this month of games which I did in English, and 2 interviews, one with Chris Williams and one with Rita Model. 2 very fun interviews, especially both are fun in different ways. If you manage to, if you can see them, I think you're gonna have maybe some insight on both of those interviews. And now, am I hearing myself fine? Am I okay? The sound is okay, Radu? I need to know if the sound is okay. Yeah, and out of the streams I've done this month, I enjoyed all of them, but my biggest surprise out of them all, I think, was of the games I've played this month, I think, was Yin Yang. I did not know what to expect of that game, and it was a big surprise, and it was a lot of fun to play it. And it was a lot of fun to discover it. We have played it for the first time in. Thank you, Radu. For the first time in. I played for the first time in 3-player, and it was fun playing it. More fun playing it 3-player than it was playing it 2-player. So this was my biggest surprise of this month, and my biggest disappointment of this month is Stroganov, because I think this is a game of maybe top 50 for me, and it cannot enter my top 50 because of the production problems because of that. It's not a great production, but the game underneath, I liked it that much that's why I say it is a disappointment. And the game which I loved the most is Boon Lake. I was smitten. I was smitten by it. I really liked playing it. It is a satisfying game. It is fun. It looks good, with small caveats. And if you dig, what um, Clemens Franz does, I'm okay with what he does. I know I know Clemens Franz is not uh, the best, yeah, for a lot of people, but I understand what he does, and I quite like some of his drawings. Yeah, unfortunately, Radu, uh, it's not dislike. Unfortunately, Stroganov beat Terracotta Army to the biggest disappointment, because I liked Stroganov that much as a game, but he, um, there are those problems which I've talked about, which keeps it from entering my 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 top 100, maybe my top one, maybe my top 50, and that's where the disappointment comes from mainly. And yeah, I so let's take it innovation. I've played innovation, and we need to redo that playthrough because I botched the rules because of the expansion. I did not understand some things, and somebody explained it, wrote a big, and I want to thank him for writing the mistakes which we did in the expansion, and we played it. Yeah, we need to redo that playthrough, and I like innovation. I think it's a fun game, especially as a two-player game. Then we did Fire and Stone. If you enjoy these kind of, I think this is a very good system. It's a fun game. We had a lot of fun playing Fire and Stone. Pilgrim was good. Yeah, also Kraftwagen. Kraftwagen was. I forgot how much I enjoyed this game, and I hope the new edition is even better. I do hope the new edition is even better than what it is now. Wayfarers of the South Tigris was, how should I put it? A it not it certifies the duo of Shem Phillips and Sam McDonald. I think this is the closest they've come to a true Euro game out of them all, and probably the next one is even closer to those. Yeah, and I have played Ark Nova, and I think Ark Nova is fun. I understand why so many people like it, but I, I I wouldn't say I'm as I was not a big fan of Terraforming Mars. I am not that big. I'm not the biggest fan of Ark Nova as all the people are usually, and Everdell, the same. I'm not. For me, it's um, it is a bit too light. I think it's a fun game, but it's a bit too light for me, Everdell. Um, so Arnova and Everdell, those were two streams which I did in Romanian because I got localized copies here. And we did the top 10, the most anticipated games of 2023, which is you can find it, and I think I had some interesting titles. Who will see that top? We'll have at least two games which I think nobody talked about in their anticipated list. Nobody on the reviewing scene or things or people who did top 10s of anticipated games did not talk about those two games. And Radu also. Hello, Andrei, welcome. Important to say that I will do this the same type of Q&A. I'll do it in Romanian for the Romanian audience. This is, oh, of course, everybody can come also here, but I will also do it. If you didn't like the scoring, well, yeah, I don't know what to say. For me, I have talked about it. I think it's a bit too long for what it what it is. And again, when I think of these types of games, the games, they need to be long because you need to churn through the decks of cards, to the huge deck of cards. And but for example, the same thing is in Boon Lake, but in Boon Lake, every time I feel engaged in this game, I have to wait for your turn. Arnova I wouldn't play it more than two. So but yeah, probably you'll get better while you're playing it. But yeah, I had no pictures to show you. Which games? You gotta tell me which of those two games. Yeah. So yeah, it was a fun month overall. But it was a good month. I try to do at least 2 streams per week. I try to finish what I still have some games which I need to do playthroughs from Essen. I'm still waiting for a few titles to come in the mail. I hope I'll manage to as soon as they come. I will also do playthroughs of it. Yeah, what's important is. Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't show you pictures of it. Yeah, that's right, from my top 10. Yeah, so this was this month. Next month we'll start with an interview of hopefully it will be it's almost done with Adam Kwapinski. And I think it's going to be I hope it's going to be a fun one. For me, all they are fun because I get an insight on everyone's mind. If you have questions, please put them in the chat. Now I'm talking, so I try to kill the time. That's what I do now, because yeah, in the beginning this is what I do. I do a very fast review of the month. As I've said, I try to do around 2 streams per month, per week, maybe 3 sometimes, with top 10s and things like that. Because yeah, I try to get through the games as fast as I can, but it's pretty hard. I need to play games. I usually play. I have the standard of playing a game 5-6 times. Sometimes, most of the time, I manage to do it like that. Menzel. Yeah, I got out. Where did I put it? I don't know what I don't. I know I haven't put it back. So oh yeah, here it is. I have taken out, and I don't know. Maybe I'll manage to do a playthrough. I got out my copy of Bruges. We were talking about Bruges today. We were talking about Bruges, Amsterdam, no, Hamburg. And yeah, I am still a fan of this one. I am not giving this one up. I like it. Fine. And I think there are some changes in Bruges. In Amsterdam, but I think they're easily retrofittable into this one. Something with the cards. You can do something different with the cards. So yeah, Menzel. I don't know. I think so. I try to do as much as I can to do a productive week as much as I can. I have started this channel I have started this channel in late 2017. I started doing things in the English language in 2018. In 2018. In 2018 I started doing things in the English language, and 6 months ago I started doing on this channel everything in English. I'm trying to move. I have created a different channel for the Romanian for the Romanian playthroughs, which I do. There is a different channel, and I do things there in Romanian, and here everything will be done in the English language. Yeah, so I'm because and I have said that. Why do I do this? Is because this type of long form content does not is not appreciated in Romania. Romania being a smaller market, one's fast. In the world, it is not greatly appreciated. So I need to get as much as a reach as I can, and doing it in the English language, it's easier, easier than doing it in. It is easier to have a bigger reach than doing it in Romania. Also, it was easier to talk to publishers, and finally, in the end, take advantage of the setup which I have here, of the camera setup which I have here, in order to to have as many games as I manage to get, so that I can do as many playthroughs as I can, so I can use this setup which I have. To put it to work practically. Again, if hello to everybody who comes. If you have, I don't know, if you have any questions, please put them in chat. Okay, yeah, it's not been a bad month. The month of January. I hope, and I have enough games lined up. I still have some oldies and goodies which I would like to play, like this one here. I have St. Petersburg. I have favorite games, favorite older games which I still enjoy, and I maybe will manage to put on a game of Automobile at some point. Games which I really like, and this is, in the end, this is a it's not only, it's a show not only for newer games, the best new games. It's also it show, I want to show games. I want to show how fun it is to play games, and then discuss them and get as deep as we can into their bones. Go deep into their bones, because, well, it makes us better, and, well, it keeps us going. I have started this. I have I've done it for a while now, since 2018, in one form or another, and I think it would be dumb to just stop it. I'm just moving on. Yeah, it is. It is easier because now I have the. Although I do not now, I have a setup which I can add. I can put up to 8 cameras on a game. I don't have 8 cameras. I have 6 right now, but it gives me a lot of flexibility, lots of flexibility, and now I can have a camera on my player board. We can have one on your player board when we need to do that. We can, if we really want to, we can have one on these, or somebody else who maybe Kosti, or somebody else who comes. It's easier with this camera setup to do things. It's more flexible. I do not have to change all the time the positions. It's a bit easier. And when I need it, I think Yin Yang, I think it's the best example. I needed 5 cameras to do that. And if I bust out a game which is back there, which is Tricarian, I will certainly need it. Nah, I still believe 3D is a gimmick. We all see 3D. Even if you will watch a photograph, you will see it 3D. You don't need 3D glasses to see something 3D. So yeah, 3D, I don't think it's that much of a thing. Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, so I was talking about why I started doing things in English. It's mainly because I have this long form content is easier. It's better appreciated outside the borders of Romania, and it's easier. Yeah, it's not, as I've said, it's not, the long form content is not hugely appreciated in the world, but as big a reach as I can get, it's better. I won't tell anything to James Cameron. James Cameron, I'm trying to think of a. He was inventive. I can tell you that. And the dude knows how to make a film, a movie. Yeah, but he pushed always. He always and everyone is should be I know thankful to James Cameron because he pushed the envelope on technology in film and in movies. So in that respect, James, but on the other hand, Avatar is such a simple story. I haven't seen Avatar 2. The I think the second one is directed by him. The Terminator, not Terminator 2. It's such a simple story. It's good versus evil. Um, it's not a bad idea though. I think Terminator is his best film. Yeah, if we want to talk about films, I can. I'm a film director. If somebody has questions about me, I can talk a bit about me. Yeah. Uh, so that was, as you said, Radu. It has been a good month for streams. I have enjoyed most of it. I am um yeah, disappointed in Stroganov. This is my big because I so liked that game. I so liked it as a game, but yeah, yeah, you see my thoughts. Yeah. So next month, this month, we were going to play one Kanban EV is going to be, I think, I don't know if it's the next playthrough or next playthrough. I got a review copy from Eagle Griffin Games, and together with One Mars I did it already, and I have to do this one. I need to do at some point on Mars with the expansion, but I'm not such a big fan of cooperative play, so yeah, we'll see. But Kanban, this is such a smooth game. It's gonna be really fun, and really I'm gonna try to understand. I'm going to enjoy Radu trying this heavy game because he's a medium type gamer, and I'm going to watch. I try to see how fast will he grok this game, because I think this is the if you're into cars a little bit, you're gonna find this game really intuitive, and although it's heavy in depth, it's quite easy to understand what you need to do. So it's gonna be a fun one for sure. So maybe we'll bust out something which is older, which I was thinking about Automobile. I really wanted to play this game. Sorry, in English also. We managed to do a playthrough in Romanian. I maybe will do a playthrough of Citrus with Jeffrey D. Allers. I have talked with him a bit, and maybe we'll be able to do that. And I still have some games which I need to play from. I still have left some games from Essen. I have here Schichtwechsel, or I don't know how it's in English. It's set aside, and I wanted to, but it has a bad rule book in English, and it's really hard to get through. And I've been having it here for 2 months almost. I so wanted to play it, but it was hard to get into, and yeah, that's why I hope I'm gonna manage to get through it. Hello to everybody who is coming. If you have any questions, if you want to say hello, say hello. If you have any questions about me, about streams, about what we do here, about why we do this, and so on. Um, I'm here to answer all the questions. And yeah, we're not talking about James Cameron again and his 3D craziness. It I've said when the first Avatar came out, which I think is 2009, if I'm not wrong. I've said this will not catch on, and I don't think I think today there aren't a lot of movies who come out in 3D. I don't think they are. They still come out 2D because again we all see 3D. Even if I will show you something 2D, you will see three dimensionally because our brain works that way. So you will feel there. Nah, it's more of a. I always say that 3D is more of a gimmick, which can help if it's done really well sometimes, but you don't really need it to be immersed into a story. Yeah. So, um, like I'm not going to stay too long. It was very important for me to do this and start this so people can see it and then uh, come with time. Maybe I don't know. We will interact a bit more. I know. Yeah, it's kind of hard to interact, but yeah, I hope you'll get more acquainted to me and what we do. I say we because I don't do things alone for a while now. D helps me a lot with the internet stuff, with Instagram and things like that. Um, with stories, Radu helps me with playthroughs. Also, it's Kosti who helps us when we do top tens. He was a regular guest, Board Game Pixels. So that's why I say we. I've been doing this. I have done it alone for a long, long time, but it's better to share things with people. Which one of Kanban you're afraid of? It's gonna be fun. Kanban is one heck of a game. You'll like it. I'm certain of it. Uh, yeah. Uh, oldies but goldies. Which one? Uh, are you afraid of? I think you've enjoyed Automobile when we've played it. I think you really have enjoyed that one. We played it three-player, I think. Uh, Maybe we can manage to do a four-player playthrough. I've tried, but it's hard to do. I maybe let's try to do a four-player of this one, maybe at some point, because it might be a bit better at four than it is at two. It is fun at two, but might be, and this is what the designer says, what Nikkei says, it is better with four players. It is at its best with four players, and I'm quite interested to see that, to see how the rondel changes when you have um, all those meeples on it, and how the competition for different, which is, though it has enough places on maps to do stuff. I don't know, but it could be quite interesting to see. Yeah, I still have some games which I really want to play on stream and I didn't get the chance. One is Crisis, which I haven't managed to play on stream, which I think does. Um, we are both here, yes. Um, which I think does semi co-op um, as far as I can remember, I haven't played it in 1 or 2 years. As far as I think it's semi-co-op done well. I don't think everybody loses. If someone, you cannot really tank the game, and so yeah, so that's why I think Crisis can work as a semi-co-op. I haven't played it in a while, but I really like the engine building there, the worker placement aspect. There are some fun things, really nice components, fun game. Glenmore, we still have to do, and maybe this is the month where we do Glenmore. Glenmore 2, probably adding the expansion into the mix. I know you love Glenmore, Radu, so yeah. And if I have a Patreon channel, and yeah, channel. I did a Patreon because, well, we all need some revenue to cover our costs of energy, mainly because, yeah, energy is expensive, and I've been doing it out of my pocket for. And that this is also one of the reasons why I have changed from Romanian into to English to have a bigger reach. Maybe the Patreon channel will get a bit bigger to somehow cover up some costs, because yeah, the energy is expensive, and we do spend a lot of energy to do every playthrough. It's not done with one light, it's a lot of light. Yeah, and there, if more people go, I will try to maybe at some point, if I reach certain levels, do a video of my collection and talk more about my collection, about, yeah, different stuff, different things. Maybe do certain playthroughs. I have older games in my collection, which, yeah, some people maybe would like to see played. Who knows? Yeah, and also this is a way for people to get to know me, to see to my beard is a bit too big these days. I need to cut it. It's usually not that big, but yeah, most of my work, I do photography work, I write, so most of my work doesn't really need me to be every day in a costume, in a suit, and be, so yeah, when you're an artist, you can be more bearded. You're allowed to. So yeah, but usually it's a bit more groomed than this. How about movies based on board games? I don't know. I've heard at some point there will be a movie which is based on that game with rats or mice and mystics. I've heard that there might be, and I think one based on Terraforming Mars, which I think Terraforming Mars is based on a book, so I don't think really the game is based. I mean, the film would be is more based on the book, who knows. But otherwise, board games are this is a Euro game channel. I love Euro games. So Euro games are, or games which are puzzles of efficiency. So to make a film about efficiency, that would be terribly boring. So I don't see too many films. Let's make Agricola, a film about Agricola. How people, yeah, starve. I think nobody will watch that. Yeah. Or yeah, no. A game about Marco Polo. How do you translate rolling the dice and getting actions into scripts? Yeah. So no, there are like I think probably Mice and Mystics can be easily turned into a as it is with stuffed fables, which are um, in themselves are sort of cartoons. They can be easily made into cartoons. I have played stuffed fables. I haven't played Mice and Mystics. I do not have it. Um, so stuffed fables. It had pretty good writing as far as I can remember, and it can be transformed into a movie or a cartoon, which I think it would be an interesting something interesting to follow along. But Euro games, nah, nah. Imagine a film where Sandra comes to punish you. Uh, I don't know. My commitment to time. You make in time and the audience appreciates. I don't know. Probably, but I don't think so. Audiences want um, to be entertained. Most of the audiences want to be entertained, and it is what it is. It is the world we live in, and it has been like this. I don't know how it's said. Bread and circus, right? This is how the world has been for a long, long time. I don't see anything wrong with that. Um, most movies, I think Scorsese called them right. They are theme park rides, but this is what people want, and well, I'm fine with that. I want to see different things. Uh, I have I have grown up with Tarkovsky and going through film school and grown not grown up. I have grown up with different films. I have grown up with films with Van Damme and Rambo and all of those. But during film school, I have been enlightened in a way. I have seen the Russian classics. I have seen yeah Polish directors, Czech directors, Milos Forman, and yeah, things like that. And I prefer other stuff, but mostly that this is what entertains me. I can understand, and this translates also in board games. Most people want to play and enjoy playing Monopoly, enjoy playing Catan, and easier games which have a lot of luck. And I can understand everybody. I can understand that everybody should play as long as they play, as long as they have fun. They should be able to play whatever they want to play. I just don't want to play those games, and I enjoy deep puzzles. I enjoy heavy puzzles. I enjoy games which take me into a world and at the end make me feel satisfied of the hour I have spent there. And yeah, this is what probably if I would have grown up with Marvel, probably. But in a way, I grew up with Van Damme and Rambo and what's the film with Stallone about boxing? Rocky, and all the films with Van Damme, with Chuck Norris, and yeah, Cynthia Rothrock, and yeah, and so on and so forth. I grew up with those on video. I can talk about the early 90s in Romania when we were watching films on video like crazy because we weren't able to see in the communism era before 1990. But I didn't stay there. I could have gone towards Marvel films, or yeah, things like that, superheroes, because all those films of you know, fighting films, um, well, they had a deep impact on me because I started doing martial arts because of those films. But yeah, but testosterone 90s. Yeah. Oh yeah, don't forget. Yeah, yeah. It was Arnold versus Stallone. This was the beginning of the 90s. They one did one film, the other one tried to come up with a bigger one. And in a way, I think he did. I think Rocky was one up what Arnold did. Um, so yeah, I jump from one to the other, and I forget my thoughts. So yeah, as I was saying, I grew up with those films, but I went into a different direction. It's important. It's important. Uh, the road in life, the road you take, but the road you are taken on, because you not most of the time. Let's say you choose, but sometimes you might you might have the luck to choose the right one for you, and there is a bit of luck there, and that can change a lot. If it can change you a lot, and it can alter your perspective on things and the road you have taken. And it did. Me going to film school from engineering, going to film school, it did, because yeah, it opened my eyes seeing films like Stalker and Ivan's Childhood, and um, yeah, like I said, Polish directors, Czech directors, um, the king of minimalism, Abbas Kiarostami, and so on. I say is the king of minimalism. Probably he's not. I don't know, but he is very minimalistic in how he approaches the things. That doesn't mean what he wants to say is minimalist. Yeah. So thank you, Radu, for helping me getting through this. I know yeah, I am unknown to people, and probably this will grow as with the channel slowly. And I do hope people who come by just can say hello, and if you have any questions, I'm here to answer them. Yeah. So pretty much, I will try to keep up this pace, to try to do um, two streams per week. Plus, I will also have also for the Romanian channel, but that's different. Some playthroughs. I try to do as much as I can in the time that I have. It's tiring because it's a lot of hours spent with all other things which I do, but it's also fun. It's a lot of fun to show games, to talk about games. To I like the, let's say, puzzle of doing the puzzle of the cameras. How will I some of them are straightforward, some of them are not straightforward at all. Some of them I think I will need more cameras, then I realize I only need two or three. So it is I like doing this. So it although it's tiring, and sometimes I feel that some mornings when I wake up, I feel I want to sleep more, but I cannot. It still gives me a good energy, and that's what kept me moving on. Although I had um, yeah, not a lot of good things coming towards me a long time. I find the conversations with publishers, let's say, they are easier now than they were before, because I'm doing things in English, but they are not easy. Because yeah, I need more subscribers. I think if I get, yeah, well, of course, my minimal target is 1,000, because once I reach 1,000 subscribers, which are, I don't pay for subscribers. Every subscriber I I have is hard earned, and I want to thank everybody who comes and subscribes. And I think everybody who comes and subscribes finds this interesting. Um, it's far more easier for me to talk to publishers about getting review copies and things like that. But what I care about most, and this is what I talk to publishers about, is I care about the content I do. I care about I'm a serious guy. I'm maybe a grumpy guy a lot of times. I am. I'm a serious dude. I like serious things, and that's why I really love heavy Euro games. You'll see my top 50 soon, and you'll see what games I enjoy. So I like delving deep, and I truly believe in this type of content. I truly believe. I know it's not a huge market for it, but I know it is a market, and I want to establish myself into that market. I'm working towards that, and yeah, this is my main focus, and this is the way I try to talk to publishers. This is what I'm trying to do. So in the end, it's important what games I manage to get. um, I have tried to, and I hope it sees this, and people can see this, that the image have improved a lot in the last year or so, and I care about that. So yeah, I would say it's easier because I do things in the English language. Yet it's not easy because I need a bigger reach, and I'm trying to do this, but I'm trying to do it organically. I'm trying to do it the way I believe it should be done. Everything grown organically will hold up for a longer period of time. I don't pay for subscribers and yeah, anything like that. I don't believe in that, and it's like, I don't know. Yeah, probably if you've heard, uh, between a reviewer and somebody who watches him is a connection, is a and it should be created a connection based on trust. It's a unwritten contract, and uh, that contract should not, although it's unwritten, should not be breached. So you probably are. I can give you an example. It's easier to buy things, probably. I don't know. I haven't tried to grow up fast, but I feel it's, for me at least. I feel it doesn't work, and um, it's lying somehow, and I don't like that. Yeah. So yep. But it, I have managed to procure some games, and it kept the channel going, and it gave it a bit of traction, and it grows. Oh yes, I am I'm looking forward to it, and then I we should yeah, we should do the the things which we need to do to get there. Most likely we will be there. Yeah, because I have already made some contacts, I have already met some people, and I like to meet them. I would like to meet them again, and there is an atmosphere which is fun and which is it's tiring. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And it's, yeah, well, from Romania it's easy to get. It's let's say it's easier to get to Essen than to any other con, which Essen is a fair. Any other fair. Yep. So yeah, thank you, Radu, again for helping me going through my first ever babbling, my first ever babbling in the English language. I think it's a correct word, no? Babbling. Blabbling. Blubbling. Yeah. So I think we're close to the end. So hold on 10 more minutes, Radu. As I've said, I will we'll continue probably with around doing around two, 3 streams. We will try to do our top 50 games of all time. I can do my top 100. Radu is a bit more. He's more apprehensive to go all the way to 100. He's more comfortable with 50. So most likely we will do the top 50, and we will see. We'll need to see who will do it with us. Kosti not being available all the time. Unfortunately, having a lot of things to do on his head. So yeah. I am curious if I can make myself clear in this language. I hope I make sense of, yeah, I hope I do, because it's important. Because if people don't understand what I say, it's bad for this moving on. So yeah. Maybe we'll get this one too. I know there were some playthroughs of Hamburg. Yeah, I always say I don't know why I say Amsterdam. Hamburg. And maybe we'll do this one also. And I want to do at some point. There are some games which I really like, and I haven't managed. This month is going to be also Relays of the World. We'll continue our series of Relays of the World with Australia. Game which I really enjoy. You want to play it too? I don't. Do you have a copy there? Because like it's really hard to play games with cards if you don't have a copy there. We can make it work, but you need to have a copy there. So if you draw a card, you know what cards you have in your hand. Mainly. This is the only, because when we played, it was easy to play Viscounts, for example. Oh, Viscounts also will be a playthrough this month with both expansions. I am quite eager to play Viscounts with both expansions. I really enjoyed Wayfarers. I think it will. It has yeah. I haven't played in a while Raiders. Also, I wanted, but none. Who knows? I will try to put on stream some games which I'm a big fan of. To have a bit more variety. I don't think always the newest is the best. There are still older games which hold up. Yeah, it's not it's not suitable for the way we usually play it, but but we can if you have a copy of it. So we'll show you the cards. You need to draw that card to have it in your hand and to know what to do. Because the board, well, everything we do on the board, it is what it is. It is a fun table. The table. Um, it had. It's an interesting game, and it's beautiful. This one. This one is beautiful. Well, we are, yeah, and I don't know what else. I should also there are a few other games which Discordia, which probably should this month should be up. There are a few games which are coming, and if yeah, people have certain games which they would want to see, I will have polls on Patreon, and people can choose. We already did some, but yeah, unfortunately, it didn't grow as much as I would have wanted to. So I'll try it this way. What is Greenmore again? I don't know. With Chronicles, yeah, Glenmore, yes. I don't know what you said. You wrote Greenmore there. You have no light in the closet, do you? Rod is for everyone out there who still watches, and for people who watch this after the fact. Radu is in the drawer, not in the drawer. Sorry, in the closet. He's in the closet. So yeah, he has no light in there. So Glenmore, not Greenmore. Okay. Um, Glenmore, yeah. I have to put it on. I got the review copy, and yeah, I need auto correction, huh? Yeah, it was as I've said, as I have said. Yeah, this was quite, yeah, a bit nerve-wracking being the first time when I do this. I do hope people who will watch um, maybe will come next time, and I can answer your questions if it's if you have any. We can talk about a lot of things, um, about life and films. I love films. I love doing films, and yeah, being on sets and doing things with actors, and yeah, things like that. So yeah, I'll look forward to the next ones. I'll do these every month, at the end of every month, in order um, to talk about how the month ended, and how it felt, and I don't know, talk to people if there are any people interested. Well, it is easier. Somehow it is easier, but I when I started, I knew one thing. When I have started this in English, I kind of knew I'm taking it everything almost from scratch. I'm I'm taking everything from scratch, from zero, and I need to grow it. I need to, and it is, yeah, it's not easy. It is nerve wracking in a way. After doing it for a long, long time, and yeah, um, so yeah, it's I'm a rookie. I'm a rookie again. Doesn't matter how you take it. If you when you start over, it's you like I said, just you take it from zero. So new emotions. It's new emotions. And also, I am speaking in a language which is not my own, and um, I'm try well doing this for a while now. You start to think normally when you you go from one language to the other, you will think in your own language and then translate it in your head, and then speak it in that language. So, but now I think with time and doing it on daily basis, almost not daily basis, but one in 2 days, I do a stream. By doing things like this, it starts to get it. It's more easier to do it. I find my words easier, and I think um, somehow easier in the language, in that language, in the English language. Because, for example, I cannot do the same thing in French. In French, it I take a lot of time until I find my words. So yeah, it's not the same thing. So, my friend, thank you very much for coming and being here with me. Oh yes, I'm opening myself in a way, somehow, because yeah, I know this that people want to know the person um, behind the facade, behind what's the every playthrough. We cannot talk, let's say, more personal things after a playthrough. We have to talk about that game. So yeah, this is the way people can talk to, and we can engage in conversations and talk about what we love. We all love, which is games, and sorry, this hobby, which bring families together, which um, appeals to from the easy type from yeah from um, easygoing gamers to heavy who heavy heavy gamers which enjoy a crunchy puzzle. So this is why it is fun in the end, uh, and it is a form of art. I see it as a form of art, and we can talk more about it in time. In time, my friend. Um, I do hope it's going to grow, and I do hope I don't know. Maybe in the end, I as myself, I don't see myself as a very. I'm quite boring, but they I have played some games. I've played a lot of games, and I think I can talk about games, and I enjoy doing that. Of course, there are families which would enjoy a lacerda. Don't you? Do you think there are not families which enjoy a lacerda? I think there are. Um, and these games, the heavy games, exist because there are gamers out there who want these games, and they grow other gamers which want to play these games. I don't know. I don't know how many. Yeah, probably few. Right now, let's not forget, this is a younger industry, a younger hobby, because I think mid 80s it started to disappear and it reappeared mid 90s. Um, so it's young in a way. Modern board gaming had started to catch on 10 years ago, really. So yeah, it is. It's hard for enough people to get a sense of it in order to understand that or feel it is a form of art. Because you say games. When you say game, well, people associate game with fun, but fun is different for different. One of my questions is that. Well, we don't necessarily judge a book by its cover. We or so a lot of people judges books by their covers, but they judge games and board games, or most board games, as, yeah, what are they? They are games for kids to play, and maybe families to play, and maybe people having fun, young people having fun, or people having fun. But they are, some of them have pushed those boundaries, and there is a lot of games which have done that. Lots and lots of games which have done that. And yeah, it is a form of art, because art create. I've said this many times. Art creates emotion. This is the main purpose of art, to create emotion. If if it's joy, hate, or you think of another type of emotion, but yeah, that's what art is supposed to create, emotion. So these games do create. There are a lot of games which create emotion to players, and it's just a piece of cardboard, ain't it? Yep, Mr. Radu, I think this is about it. I had fun talking to you tonight again, but yeah, we have to. I had to start somewhere, and as always, the start is the worst part of it. Yeah, of course, Freeze, Spielworks, Splotter, of course, are an acquired taste. Yeah, or not necessarily. You have to enjoy these kinds of games, and if you enjoy them, it will create emotions to you. We need to stay hydrated. Yep. So, Mr. Radu, we need to keep the ball running. Yes, we need. We started it, so we need to keep it. Try to have as much fun as we can, because it makes the hard times feel less hard than they are. thank you again. I will thank everyone who came and watched live. As I have said, please say hello if you can. It's very much appreciated. Interact with us, chat with us. It's fun to do that. And if you like what you see, well, good to have you here, Radu. It's fun. Thank you again. If you like what you see, sometimes I forget to say this, but yeah, like, share, and subscribe. Keeps the internet alive and keeps us going. And don't forget what it says here. This, I will finish with the story of this. I have gotten this. I don't know if I have said it on any Romanian stream. I have gotten these from, at some point a few years ago, 4 years ago. I went to there is a special camp made for kids which are either they either have cancer or they have managed to cure, but they have or one less leg, or they have they're infirm in a way or another. And there is a camp, and I have gone there for a few times, and I wouldn't say taught them. I have talked about martial arts, and I did some exercises with them to make them laugh and talk them about martial arts, about not why you shouldn't fight, what you should do defensively to not to be certain you won't get into a fight. And they gave me this at the end of they had an activity where they wrote things, and they gave me this, and this says play a lot. They played a lot in that camp. They have I don't know how many, a few weeks on the camp, and in that camp they feel protected, and they feel different, and they get certain activities, and somehow they forget for a while of about their illness and about what they went through. So they play a lot, and in a way it is an experience to go through that and meet them. And that's why I have made this my, let's say, logo, which it says in Romanian, play a lot. So play a lot, play loads, as you Brits say, and I do like to say that, and have fun. And bye bye, fine folks, wherever in the world you are.